Yes, people, welcome back to Fake Football TV. It's your boy Manny, the fake football fan, and we're back with a special one. Yes, people, yes.
Hey, that intro was wavy and that intro was wavy. Man was
Man.
there
Been
just like,
cold.
We've been cooking, but I've been cooking, man. You know, rebranding and everything, man. So yeah, man, we're back. You know, and as you can see, I've got two special guests here with me today. You know, these guys here, like two of the most hardworking guys on YouTube, man. They're on every live stream, like they're everywhere. They are everywhere. But I'll start by introducing man like Mr. Take Note, Flawless, bro. What are you saying?
yeah, man. First and foremost, thanks for having me. Yo, secondly, thanks for the kind words as well, man. So, man, big up each and every time. You already know. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking
come on,
forward
bro,
to
man.
this.
Come on, bro, man. Love for coming on as well, man. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
And yes, who today is about? Man like Mr. Aaron United. Bro, what are you telling me, man? What are you saying?
Listen, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on your channel. Appreciate that a lot, man. Much love.
Nah, it's all love, bro, man. Thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate it, bruv, man. You too, bruv. You know what? Yeah, you man are like one of the realest, purest guys I met. I met you guys like what a few months back, and like you man are showing a lot of support. So, man, I love it, man. But yeah, man.
It's only right, man. It's only right.
It's only right.
But yeah, man, let's get straight into it. So, like I've dropped on my Twitter account, gonna be I don't even want to call it interview. We're gonna have a chat with Aaron today, me and Flawless, have a chat with Aaron today about his football career, because like recently Aaron dropped a little picture on Twitter, a little picture of him and a certain footballer, and I was like, man like Aaron playing against great footballers, and also in the past as well. I've started following Aaron like a year ago. I think like on 2 or 3 occasions, might be more, but that I know of, Aaron has dropped this little bar here. Oh, when I was a professional footballer, and I'm been like, so man used to play professional football, yeah, at that level, man. Like, but yeah, man, that's what it is about today. It's about you, Aaron. We just want to dive into your football career, have a chat. That's what it is. So I'll start off by asking like, where did it all begin with you? Like, when did you start playing football, or at what age did you know that, okay, listen, I want to be a football player?
It all started in Berlin, where I was born, and football was obviously, or is still, the most popular sport in Europe. So it's no different in Germany. Grew up, playing in the streets with my friends when I was younger, and as a kid, you just like kicking the ball in it, and then I moved from Berlin to Cologne, and that's when you start realizing and hearing, getting compliments and stuff like that, like, yo, you're good at this and you're good at that. And as a kid, like, you're hearing it and it makes you feel, it gives you a good feeling, but you're not really realizing, okay, I can go far with this, but you just like hearing the feedback. I remember I played a local team next to Cologne, and the one in me was, yo, you're super quick, you're so quick, and it used to give me that good feeling. And I don't have too many memories of the goals that I scored, but the few memories that I do have from those that I did score was always the same thing: someone playing it from behind me into my feet, running behind the defense, using and then scoring. Those are the goals I was scoring all the time. So yeah, that's how it really started. But like I said, as a 7, 8, 9-year-old, you're saying you want to be a footballer, but you don't really think that you could go that far. But yeah, that's how it started, really.
Okay, mad. So what, like, at that age, were you playing for a club, or was it more like, because I remember when I was like 8 or 9, a lot of players that I know that are actually football, not many, but like are in like semi-pro or playing football around that 8 or 9, or let's say even around like maybe like 7 years old, 6. We were like more or less just playing at school, playing for our schools, maybe a local team on a weekend. Were you playing for like a local team at that time, or were you playing for like a club?
No, I was playing for a local team. At the time, well, I have to be honest, playing for a big club required you to pay like what was it? I don't know how to call it. You know, you had to pay a fee for them to get you in, you know, the gear, the bags and everything. And, do you know what I'm saying? My parents at the time didn't have the financial means to do that. So I just played with my local team. I stayed with my local team, and I never got scouted, really. I never got scouted. I always played for local teams, and yeah, man. I never really got to a big club until later on when I was like 17, 18. So yeah, it weren't really like I played for like a big club. It was always the local teams.
Okay, that's fair enough. Like, do you know what you mentioned there that in order to play for some of these teams, you had to pay like a fee. I've always wondered that, like, you know, these people that are playing like under 7, under 8. So these players, that these their parents, should I say, are actually paying for them to play at these clubs.
Yeah, that's how it is. I don't know how it is in England, but in Germany and Belgium, where I lived as well, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Like, you have to pay an entrance fee, but I don't want to call it an entrance fee, but that money basically secures the gear, like I said, the stuff that you get, the equipment. It also covers the travels when you're playing away with the team, but this is only at like the big club levels, isn't it? But yeah, so it starts very young at the under 7s, under 8s, but I've always thought it was ridiculous because already there, it's like you're discriminating people that can't afford it. Do you see what I mean? Because there's a lot of young, talented ballers that can play, but then the parents look at the fee they have to pay and they're like, "Raw, I can't pay that." Do you know what I mean? For a season, it would be something ridiculous like 550 euros. So, and that's a lot of money at the time. That was a lot of money. Yeah, bro, that was a lot of money. So, and like I said, my parents weren't the wealthiest. They were working people, and they were trying to make their best. They were trying their best, to give us food at the end. So to pay that kind of money, bro, was peak, bro. Do you see what I mean? So man, just stayed with the local teams and that, because yeah, man, we couldn't afford it. And if you look at the way I grew up as well, like when I look back, especially in Belgium, the teams that I played for were all like, do you know what I mean? The man then, black men, black boys, people from Arab countries, like the Moroccos, Algeria, Tunisia, and all them, man. Like, but when you look at the elite teams where you did have to pay the fee, it was like white guys. Do you see what I mean? So already, like I said, there, it's not good because you're setting a difference and you're basically telling, man, all right, because you got the money, you can succeed, and because you don't have the money, you can't succeed. And even bringing it back to Belgium again, look at all the black guys, apart from recently now, look at all the black guys in the team, in the national team. I don't think, apart from Lukaku, there's not one black man that has made it in Belgium. You look at Batshuayi, he made a name for himself when he went to Marseille, really. Played for Standard Liège, and to be fair, I had a trial at Standard Liège when I was 16, and Batshuayi was there. And at the time, he was cold baller. Yeah. I had a trial.
Let's wait. Let's delve more into that. So, how did the trials for Standard Liège come about?
So I was at a club called Eindracht Aalst, which was a club in 3rd division at the time. And I remember we played an international tournament in the under 15s. So basically, the club that I played for there, every end of the season, they do like a big international tournament, right? And they invite like bare teams. And I remember we were in a group, I think, with a German team. I can't remember who. We were in a group of Standard Liège and Tottenham at the time. And was it Tottenham? Yeah, it was Tottenham because we drew 4-4. Sick game. Hold on.
Just sorry to call you off. Yeah. I was going to say, what Tottenham players were around at that point? Was there any players who would know who made it through the Tottenham through to the Tottenham first team, or anyone who then moved on to another club in the Premier League or anything like that?
Yeah. Did you play with Harry Kane? Could he did his whole thing? I want to know because you look like the same age, ain't you?
You know what? I even if I did, I don't think I can remember that. I don't think I can because it's just so far back. I was like, what? I was 14, 15. So I can't remember who exactly we played. The type of players we played against, but I think there was. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I'm just checking it now because I'm trying to check this guy's age in it. A guy named a guy named John Bostock. He's 28, so I think he might have played for Tottenham at the time, yeah. And who else? I don't know if you guys know Paul Jose Mpoku. He used to play for Tottenham as well, then went to Standard Liège and then went to Italy, and I think he might have played as well at the time, because he played in the Tottenham academy as well. But things that might be wrong, but yeah, those are the two names that just pop up in my head. So with this international tournament now, obviously the other teams were way too good to play against to play against us. We lost games, we drew games, and then obviously we didn't make it through to the knockout stages, but still we got put into some next stage where you could still play for like third, fourth, and fifth place in these kind of things. Because as kids, they're still trying to give you trophies when you finish third, fourth, and fifth to like boost your confidence and them things there. So we ended up playing against Standard Liège, innit? Bruv, that's a game I'll never forget, because they would play the 4-4-2, and up front they were playing two strikers, a guy named Dolly Menga, and I don't know where he plays now, and a young kid at the time named Michi Batshuayi. And fam, holy shit, yo, this guy was running ragged, like he was tearing us. I think he scored like in like 15 minutes or something. Like he was cold in it at the time. Left foot, right foot, header, anything you want, bro. Man was just sick. And then the season after that, I remember I left school and I had my phone. My phone was off in it, and I turned it on. And my dad I had like 5 missed calls from my dad, and he said, "Yo, check your phone in it." So I checked my phone voicemail, and it's Standard Liège saying, "Yo, we want you for a trial. This, that, and the other. We think you're good. So if you can come over and you can have a trial, and then we'll let you know in it." So obviously, me and my dad drove all the way to Liège.
Gotta give you your flowers for this, because people don't understand. They're a big club in Belgium. Like, they're not no small DB team. You get what I'm saying? Like Standard Liège are a massive club in Belgium. Like people fail to realize this. They've been in European competitions. Like that's a big look. Like just because we might not know in England a lot about them doesn't mean it's not a major look and that. So I just gotta give you credit for that. That's sick.
That's true. And you're right, bro. In Belgium, you've got 3 big clubs in it. You've got Anderlecht, you've got Bruges, and you've got Standard Liège. And for those who might not know what kind of players play for Standard Liège, Michi Batshuayi played there, Fellaini played there, Witsel played there.
I used to have Witsel, bad boy, a midfielder.
Bro, Witsel was a bad man when he played for Liège, bro. Like sick midfielder.
Because they had that. So they had that run in the Champions League, didn't they? They had that run.
Exactly. And someone else played there that played for Tottenham, the Moroccan Don. Chadley, he played there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Chadley played there as well. So, yeah, Standard Liège got a track record of building up good squad players, good young players and then moving them on. And they have a good career. So, I went there and obviously I trained with them. And as soon as we started training, you could see the intensity was way higher. The levels were way higher. Like I struggled a little bit. The first 5-10 minutes, I struggled. And then we did an 11v11. And that's when I felt more comfortable. That's when I felt like I could show what I was about. But still, I was a bit nervous. So, yeah, I can't lie. I didn't have the best of games in that 11v11. And ultimately, I didn't manage to get scouted by Liège. But it was a good experience. And, Misha was there as well. Again, man, and when I seen him there, he had gotten more stronger. He had gotten quicker. And you could just tell, like, it's a professional club, innit? And they really build their players to be professionals in it. So man, it was a good experience. And so that international tournament, Michi Batshuayi like tore us apart, bro. That was not so much of a good memory.
No, that's sick though, bro. That is sick, fam. So like you've levels, fam. Listen, you man here need to respect Aaron. Put respect on his name. Listen.
So do you know what? Like, obviously, I respect everyone's opinion and stuff, but when certain men are saying things, because they've played the game at either high professional level, and I'm not saying everyone, because I can exclude certain men like the Carragers and the McManamans, because they just chat rubbish. But when certain guys speak about certain things, they know what they're talking about, innit? Like, we've played football, even at Sunday League level. Do you know what I mean? When we say certain things, it's because we played football. Certain men just give opinions, but they never played. They not even at Sunday League, bro. So what are you chatting about football for? Because you never played even at Sunday League. So do you know what I mean?
You said it there, man. It's crazy because like with me, like I wasn't like the greatest of footballers in it, but or football players and stuff. But when I had a stint, like a 3-year period in it, where I was at uni, and hold tight Dominic in it. He was the manager of the 4th team in it. Like I trained with them sometimes, but then I had like a Sunday league that I played with, and it wasn't until then my knowledge of football, like, it changed dramatically, because when you're training and something, you're training different tactics and different styles of play. That's when things start to set in differently. You start to read the game differently.
It's because you learn, bro.
Yeah, and it was at that point I started, like, when I watched games, I started looking at it differently, and that's why, yeah, as much as this is not Ollie Out show, this is why I say Ollie got to go. You get me?
But you know what? Well, we 16 minutes into the show, I was waiting for it. I knew Manny was going to get it in there somewhere. You get what I'm saying? He was going to get Ollie Out in there somewhere. He was going to take his shots and that. But one thing playing football does at any level does for you, it helps so much. It lets you know how good the top level players are. You get me?
Exactly.
How they make the simple things look easy. You get what I'm saying? And that, like, just being a spatial awareness, that type of stuff. That's why someone like Pirlo, I always respect, because it's like, how do you play central midfield, yeah? And you always have time on the ball. You always strolling around, but I don't get it. Because I play central midfield, and I try and do that, and it don't work. You get what I'm saying? But Pirlo, and he's playing at the highest level. But yeah, man, you got to salute. That's why you got to, like you stated there, it helps when you've played the game, because you realize those simple things and how tough it is. Spatial awareness, picking passes, being able to, decision making is so important. You know what I'm saying? The mental side of the game. And obviously, when you get physically tired, mentally, that starts to drain you as well. So your decision making should get worse. But certain players get better as the game goes on. So that tells you the mental strength that they have.
That's true. But also, you mentioned your parents quite a few times, like the time your dad said, "Yo, check your phone," innit, and stuff. Yeah. But the question I want to ask is, like, when you were growing up, like, I'll put it like this. Basically, when I was growing up, like, I think every not just every black boy, you know, I think every kid that I know, black, white, Asian, that I've been around or grew up with, wanted to play football in some capacity. Now, I knew, when I'm saying this, I'm not saying I was any good at football, but I always wanted to do, like, everyone has that time period. I want to play football, I want to play rugby, or blah, blah, blah. Like, how did your parents take it? Because, like, with my parents, they've always said this thing, and they still say it to this day. You can do whatever you want, yeah, but education comes first. Education is key. So how did your parents take it when, obviously, you're being scouted by these big clubs? These people are telling you that you're a sick footballer, you have this attributes, and so on and so forth. How did your parents take it?
To be honest, like, it's one of them where, you know, African parents in general, or just maybe black parents in general, have to do more, because when it comes to support, I think they give enough to their children. Parents were exactly like yours, man. Do you know what I mean? Especially my dad. It was education, and nothing else. Just, you know, well, he's a football fan as well, but he would have preferred for me to make it in education rather than football. But then when he saw, like, yo, like, clubs like Standard Liège are calling this guy, do you know what I mean? Like, maybe I should get more behind him. And unfortunately, as much as I love my dad, yeah, like, this is when he really started to get behind me, innit? Started to drive me to games. When we had that, you know, thing going on in Germany, we drove all the way there. Do you see what I mean? So it's a bit of a shame, but I just think black parents in general, have to really get behind their kids, man, because you literally never know. Your kid, you could have the next Ronaldo or the next Messi in your household, but you just don't know because you don't support your kid.
Yeah, Project Mbappe and that.
Literally, yeah. Project Mbappe, bro. So I think black parents in general need to do more. Like I said, you could have the next Mbappe in your living room, but you just don't know because you don't support the kid. You don't go watch your kid. You don't go watch their training sessions, like nothing. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. And I agree with that. And it goes further, because obviously when our parents was growing up, there wasn't the outlets that we have. There was gatekeepers. Now there's no gates. With social media and the internet and everything, there is no gates. Look how we're doing the show right now. 20 years ago, we couldn't do this show. This is not happening. Because the excuse me, what's it called? The platforms ain't there, but now you have the platforms to do that. And I always say it, build it. I think Charlemagne says it, build it, and the people will come. Look at your following, Aaron. Like I said, you almost at 10K subs on you get on YouTube, however many followers than that. You have probably, if you total it up over a month, your YouTube channel could do anywhere from 40 to 50K views, you get me, a month or whatever it is. Obviously, I don't know the analytics, but there'll be certain TV channels that don't get that. There'll be certain channels on Sky that don't get 50K, you get me? What's it called? A month. So yeah, I think parents need to realize that there's more to it. Obviously, education is key, of course.
Of course, yeah.
It's key. You want your child to be best equipped in life, but don't just solely be that. Go down different roads is what I would say. Support them. If they're good at something, support them. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that.
Yeah, that's definitely true. 100%. So obviously,
let me just throw it out there, mum, dad, I love you, innit? Like, no hard feelings.
Oh yeah. No mum, dad, love.
No shots. Zero shots.
I had to get that one in because people will come at me in the comments and say, "Yo, Aaron don't love his parents," you know. Yeah, I love mum.
No, it's all love. Do you know what? Yeah, like I went university. Yeah, did biomedical science degree in it. And
okay, I like that.
Come on, yo,
flex.
Yeah. And do you know what? Before that, actually, I did that at Coventry, but before that, I went to Kent and I did the first year of pharmacy and stuff, and I struggled, but then I left and went to Coventry. And while I was at Coventry, is when I realized that, okay, I can do other stuff, because basically what I'm doing right now, I think I've always wanted to do it, but I've never really had the confidence. It's actually people like Aaron and Rance and Saeed that have actually given me the confidence. You know what? Do be you, do what you want to do in it, as well as do your own thing, because Saeed still works in a school within education. Do you know what I mean? But he does his YouTube. So yeah, I understand, where our parents come from, where they say, obviously, from a lot of our parents, we're probably like the first generation for a lot of us in this country, or out of our actually country of origin. And education, yes, does get you far, but also there are other means. Like I'm very happy I've got my education, because there's a lot that I've learned through my education that's with me today. Whether or not I'm using it or not, it still sticks with me. So yeah, big up mums and dads, man, all across the road, man.
Come on, man. Big up the parents, man.
Big up them, because without them, we wouldn't be equipped and knowledgeable enough to do this. Yeah. Without my parents, I wouldn't have the knowledge, the confidence, or the intelligence to be here on this microphone talking like this. You get what I'm saying? And I get this from mums and dads and aunts and uncles and the people that raised me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. But yeah, one thing I want to ask is, obviously I don't think you've mentioned it, but in terms of like your position as a player, do you know, what position did you play? And I have to ask, what was your favorite number to wear, man?
So I've always played across the front three. I started out as a pure number 9, but as I got older, I got to learn, like we all three of us said, when you play the game, you learn a bit more. So as I got older, I got to learn to be more operative on the left and then on the right as well. There was a stint in my youth career where I don't know why, because it pissed me off at the time, but there was a manager that, and you mentioned it at the beginning, Manny, there was a manager when I was 18, 19. He saw something in me that I didn't understand, innit? So he was like, yo, I'm seeing you at right back. I don't know why, but I see you at right back, because there was already a right winger there, and I wanted to get his place. I wanted to take his spot, but he was like, listen, you can either get game time and play right back and show what you got offensively, and then work on your defensive duties in training, and people will see you, or you can stay soaking and be on the bench and then come on for 20 minutes every game and then play on your favorite position.
Right, he actually said that to you?
Yeah, he said that to me straight up. And I was like, and I sat down and I was like, I got home and I sat down and I was like, wow, man's actually right, you know. So I thought, you know what? And I went on YouTube and I started looking at right backs. Started looking at people like Cafu, started looking at people like Lam. I watched a lot of Lam videos, because Lam weren't the quickest, he weren't the most techiest, but he had this.
Bro, Lam is literally my favorite right back of all time. It's this up here. I love it. That's why I love Kimmich.
And I was lucky at the time. I had the pace already and I had the trickery. So I was like, okay, let me work on this now. So this is what I started to work on. And for a whole season, I played right back. I got 15 assists, bro. So
swear down. Listen, why you don't play for United? We need you.
I got 15, obviously it's youth
Yo.
level, but I got 15 assists as a right back, bro. And for me, that was a massive thing because I was like, okay, that's another weapon to my arsenal. Because if I ever make it pro and a right back is out, I can be like, yo, coach, I can play there. Do you see what I mean? Because I played there before and I know what to do. So this is why I'm so huge, and I think you both can agree with me. This is why I'm so huge on. I'm such a big fan of players being versatile. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because if one player's out, you can fill in. Do you see what I mean? Versatility in this modern game of football is so key. Why do you think so many clubs are after a guy like David Alaba? Man can play centre back, left back, defensive mid, attacking mid. He could play left wing.
Yeah, I remember when he played. No, he actually. Bruv, I swear there was a point he was playing on the left as well in certain games, not in all games.
He was.
Yeah,
you said it there. But you said it there. Versatility. Being versatile is very, very key in the modern game. And like you said, it increases your chances of game time because if you're just a right back or you're just a right winger, it's like if there's a right winger or a right back ahead, it limits your game time. And then, like you said, it can improve because even though you're a right winger, you being a right back, you defensively improved. But then when you play right wing again, defensively, you'll still have them instincts. Exactly. So you'll be able to track left backs and stuff like that. So it helps your game overall. And I respect the fact you did your homework as well and started looking at Lam and Cafu. I rate that. I rate that. You know what I mean? Do your homework. I rate that.
So I started as a number 9 and then transition to left wing and right wing, but also played right back for a season.
Okay, cool. And what's your favorite number? I think I can have a guess anyway, but
my favorite number is 11. That's my lucky number, bro. Like me and number 11 is something that I don't know. I can't explain it. And it's funny because we'll get to that in a minute. But when I played against Bayern Munich, we didn't choose our numbers, innit? We just got given numbers. We just got given the shirt numbers to us when we actually walked in the dressing room. Okay. The only thing that they asked was, what is your size? The size of your boots, because we got boots because the whole thing was sponsored by Adidas. So they asked us the size of our boots and the size of our shirt that we want to wear in it. So I gave that, and then I thought, oh, please, number 11. But then I thought, there's small chances that they might give me that. So I walk in the dressing room, and I see my shirt, and it's number 38, and I was like, raw, that's crazy, because 3 + 8 is 11, isn't it? So
man's on the Zamorano thing. That's the family I say. That's on that Zamorano thing.
Do you know what I mean? So 11 is my lucky number, bro. When I play with that, like, people don't realize how much more confidence it gives you. Like, it might be superstitious and all these things, but bro, playing with your favorite number, it just gives you that little extra. Do you see what I mean? So when people are moaning about, oh, why is he moaning about numbers, bro? As a player, if you played the game, this is why I say a lot of people on Twitter that just chat shit never play. I don't know if I can swear on it. Can I?
But feel free, do what you want.
Come on. Yeah, right,
Let's go.
So a lot of people on Twitter that just chat shit, they've never played. They not even Sunday league. So when you don't know what it feels like to play on the pitch, don't talk in it. So this is why I say when Martial got his number 9 back, for example, you could see the difference, bro. He feels comfortable. Like, do you know what I mean? He feels back to his old self. When a number gets taken away from you, it's a bit of your confidence taken away from you as well, you know, whether you like it or not. So man, number 11, that's my lucky number, bro.
And what people don't understand is, go on. Sorry, Aaron, I thought you was done. Go on. Continue.
And when I was younger, when I first started playing, 7, 8, 9 years, even though I'm a big United fan, my favorite player of all time is not the best player of all time, who I think, but my favorite player of all time is Thierry Henry, innit? Because when you're younger, you identify yourself with players that, 1, look like you, and 2, got more or less the same attributes as you. Always quick. Henry was had trickery when I was younger. Henry had the finishing. Had to finish well. Henry had the finishing, so I identified myself as well. He said, I've got a big head like Henry as well. So when I was younger, I identified myself with Thierry Henry a lot. So I picked a lot of times when I was younger, before I turned 12, I picked the number 14 a lot. But as I got older, number 11 became mine.
Okay, that's sick.
Man, I think Go on, Manny, go on.
No. I was just gonna say my favorite number is 11, but it's weird, innit? Like, I never had a favorite number until I got shifted to left back. So when I started playing on the right mid, innit, and all I wanted to do was just rip balls in like Beckham. I had the blue. I had the Predators, but I got them in blue because blue was my favorite color, innit. So I had the blue Predators. I had the blue Predators, and like with me, so I lived back at home for 2 years. I was born here, but around the mid-teenagers, I went back home for 2 years. And bruv, all I wanted to do was give me that ball, rip it in like Beckham. And then I came back here, and when I was playing football, I started off on the right, but then I got moved to left back, centre back in it. So what do you call it? But yeah, man, them Predators, me, like I just love the number 3 for no reason. I don't know why. It was just 3. There's just something about it. I just love 3 in it. But yeah, man.
Roberto Carlos and them thing there, man. Come on,
man. That's exactly what it is. Because what people don't understand is, like, Aaron touched on it with Martial. Football is an extremely superstitious game. Extremely superstitious. So numbers, even though it might not seem important to you as a fan, to players that means a lot. Like having that number 10 or that number 9 or number 11 or whatever number it is, like. And you, like you said, Aaron, you see the difference when Martial, because he's the most short term and the most recent example I can think of how important it was to him to get that number back, and you can see it lifted him. It lifted him, of course, man. Yeah, very superstitious game.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So obviously we've touched on obviously your your playing style, your position and stuff. What would you say your strongest attribute was, and those attributes, was it seen by your coaches as well? Because obviously off air I mentioned to you, like, one of my mates plays semi-pro, and he was a striker at the time. And when he started obviously getting scouted and stuff, hoping to get into like professional level football, a lot of the scouts were saying, no, we're gonna try you out a right back, try you out as defensive midfielder. And for him, he didn't see it as like, oh, I need to be versatile in different positions. He saw it as, what do you call it, as, oh, they don't want me to shine where I want to be. So for you, obviously you've touched on it a bit, but what was your strongest attribute that you thought you had, and what did your coaches think your strongest attribute was?
Pace. I think my strongest attribute is definitely my pace, and yeah, the coaches were saying the same thing. The only thing I would say is I never really used to go out and play on the street at a certain age. So when you're at that age of 13, 14, where you go into, because you know, when we were younger in the streets, we were playing them in cages in Belgium.
Cages, yeah.
So in them cages, it's small-sided football, so technical ability is everything in it. But because I was training a lot with my youth team already, I was too tired to then go play again afterwards in the cages. So I missed out on a lot of these things. So that a lot of times I would look like, and I'm being critical of myself here. A lot of times, yeah, I was looking like a one-trick pony. I was looking like Dan James.
Yes, people, and there you have it. Part 1 as a life of Aaron as a football player. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's been a long wait, but it's been worth it. Trust me, and it only gets better. And yes, people, as promised, I will be giving away a free football shirt, and it's easy to enter for the giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, and tag 2 people underneath this post. So basically, I'm going to clip this up, put it on Twitter, Instagram, and all you have to do is tag 2 people. But make sure you're following either of the accounts that you tag people on. And yes, at the end of the 3rd video, I'll be giving away a free football shirt. I'll probably announce that live on the Good Vibes podcast. So yeah, guys, hope to enjoy it, and there's more to come. Take care. Peace.